Question 32. Where does the line y equals 4x plus 9 cross the y-axis? Well, remember, there are two key things about any equation in this format. Any equation that begins with y equals and then some number of x's, that number in front of x is basically your gradient, which is your steepness value. So the bigger the number in front of x, the steeper the line, and the number after x is basically your y-intercept. So it tells you where the line intercepts or touches the y-axis. So to cut a long story short, if you imagine a pair of axes, like so, x-axis along the bottom, y-axis up the side, 0 is right in the middle there, then what we're saying is that this plus 9 would be where the line, if we plotted it, would cut the y-axis. So if you imagine some numbers up the y-axis and imagine 9 up here, then y equals 4x plus 9 would pass through the y-axis at positive 9. So what this question is really asking you for is what would the coordinates of that point be? Well, it would definitely be 9 up the side, but how far, remember your first number in any coordinates, how far on the x-axis is. So that would be, to get to that 9 there, it would be 0, 9, nothing along in 9 up, so it's going to be 0, 9. In fact, any time you get asked what the y-intercept is, the first number in the coordinate is always going to be 0. Always 0. And if you think about it, it makes sense. The y-axis, if we're looking at where a line crosses the y-axis, any point on the y-axis is nothing along. That's why it's always 0. The only thing that does change is how far or up or down the point is that you're after. So if this was a plus 7 on the end, it would be 0, 7. If it was a plus 2, it would be 0, 2. If it was a minus 9, it would be 0, minus 9. All that would mean would be that the line is crossing at minus 9, below 0. It's still 0, minus 9. Okay? But the answer to this question, y equals 4x plus 9, the coordinate where it crosses the y-axis is 0, 9.